Okay, perfect. Hi, Soleil. Look at you.
Hi, it's so great to see you.
I mean, I just feel like we're best friends after watching this documentary. Are you
Oh,
ready to have
good.
another one?
I love it.
Okay, so one thing I took away almost immediately was how different the world is now. You know, social media would have not allowed you to be such a free spirit, so, and have so much fun with your
Well, I
friends.
probably would have been a free spirit. I just don't know if I would have gotten away with it or if we
Right?
had gotten away with it.
Um, what kind of conversations or what kind of thoughts have you had watching this footage, watching some of the fun you had, thinking, oh my God, if there would have been an iPhone?
I love that we were able to live our lives in such innocence and fun. And then even when I went through my more wild stage that, I was still able to keep that private in a way. And it's just been such an incredible journey of self-reflection and going through these incredible stages of life. And really just, it's been such an illumination of both my teen self and adult self really coming of age at the same time.
I really hope that when you watched it, you fell in love with you as much as we did, because I really, you were around at a time where it wasn't necessarily reality show, you didn't really get to know the person, they were the character. So to get to know who you really were, I fell in love with you even more. It was such a fun experience.
Thank you so much. I literally love watching these moments of me as a teenager where I'm like, you're such a wise young girl, and I really feel like that teenager in me taught me so much about the adult me, and that's been a really profoundly moving experience. I love how I left that letter to myself at 15 years old, asking, okay, who are you, who are you at 17, 18 in your late 20s, and have you made your life worthy, and are you living with purpose? And so it was amazing to really reflect on who I once was and who I think, I mean, literally, I think she's become such a fundamental part of who I am today. And not that I didn't hold that inside, but so much of that spark, you know what I mean, that we have in youth, I associated with youth, and through the process of this documentary, really rediscovered once again.
I love that. And I actually have here, you are such a romantic writer. Do you still journal? Is that still the way your brain works? Because I looked at my fiance at one point and I was like, my God, she's a poet.
Oh, you are going to make me cry. I started writing again, which has been such a thrill for me. I've been drinking up Bukowski again, and Henry Miller, and Anna Heizanen, and Susan Olds, who I'm just loving to dive into, and it's been such an amazing experience because through reading the teen writings and going back through the tapes, it just reignited all of that in me again. And so to rediscover that poet inside, it's so exciting. And that's one of the amazing things about having left this chronological blueprint is it almost feels like I left it as a way for me to someday come back to who I once was, and I think so often we get caught up in our amazing families. I have four incredible children and I have such a full life, but I did wonder, about the artist in me that I once was. And at about 40, I started thinking about like, who am I? In addition to my amazing children, because I remember that at one time I was this really deep feeling artist. And so it was really a way in which I realize now, 4 years later, in the process of it, for me to find my way back to who I once was.
So, I would love to read a book by you. Do you think this could ever transition in?
I had written these family books, which was really where my focus was for like
Yeah,
20
yeah.
years. And now, I mean, I would be very, very into compiling some of my journals and diaries and photos for sure. And it's definitely more Bukowski-esque now than probably the family books that I was writing for a while there.
Um, also while I was watching this, I was like, she's living inside of my Bop magazine. Like, I'm so jealous. How does Mark Paul Gosselaar smell? It was just amazing. You had this.
I remember him smelling very minty. He'd always have like yummy gum because he always smelled good. I remember that.
I love that.
If that sheds any light.
It does. I mean, I have goosebumps.
Minty fresh. He had a minty fresh scent.
Did I understand it correctly? At the end of the movie, were you playing them audio recordings of you admitting that you had a crush on Mark?
Yes. Yes. And he was like shocked. He was like, what? And it's this funny thing where, we were all so close, and so tight within our group of friends. And I think we all had feelings towards each other that were, inside that we didn't always share with each other. So it was so fun to share those again and open up the vault.
I love that. That's so sweet. I was wondering while I was sitting in the middle of a pandemic, I'm watching shows like Punky Brewster. I'm watching these things because you're looking for anything to make you feel like things are going to be okay, right? And I just wondered, how has the streaming industry changed an actor's life? Because you're sitting at home, it's like a Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're getting a barrage of Instagram and Twitter messages saying that they're watching you as a teenager. That's got to be really cool, right?
It is so exciting. And my dream was always to bring Punky back because Punky has always been such a part of my heart. So to be able to bring Punky back to work with the incredible Peacock and UCP. I mean, it truly has been a dream come true. And also their support for us to keep the authenticity of the original. It's been such a joy to work with them, and the joy of working with Hulu and the love that they have given to me and supported me with throughout this project. It's incredible. It's incredible that we have places that we can share our stories, and each of our stories is so important. And so I'm so excited by the fact that through streaming we get access to so much more. And I mean, I love documentaries, so the fact that I get to soak up documentaries and soak up information and knowledge is so exciting to me.
And I also love that as an actor, sometimes you can feel like, and I'm not an actor, but I actually started researching Jonathan Brandis because I loved him. And I thought that what you did, it was so beautiful, the way that you pieced this together. But, I'd read that he was, defeated over some things that had happened in his career. But with streaming, my God, people are reintroduced to you every single day.
I have to say, I actually just hung up with Jonathan's dad a few minutes ago, and I have so much love for Jonathan, and his parents have so much love for him. And I think it goes to show that even when you have so much love around you, sometimes there's so much pain under the surface that is so hard to cope with. And I hope in a way that this documentary can be a lens for other people that are going through their own human experiences to not feel so alone. And as far as your point about streaming, yes, it's like we get to relive our youth all over again, which is incredible.
Right. And then all of a sudden people want, what are you doing? I want you back on my screen. So it's an incredible opportunity. I just would like to know a little, what were your thoughts on Brian Austin Green's album? Because was I the only?
I loved his album. By the way, if you listen to the album today, it's pretty timeless. It's like
pretty good.
It's actually really good. Like, I'm just saying, like I could totally listen to that jam like over and over.
not just his, because I loved that CD. So I was like, what is he talking about? But I think when you are a fan and you love him, sometimes you don't hear the outside noise, and I'm sure he was sensitive to that, but I loved it. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Also, Joey Lawrence is leaving you voicemails. I know every single word to the Joey Lawrence's album.
Oh, so I think I do too. Didn't I mean literally? I love that you know. I'm telling you, like these are gems
They
that need
are.
to resurface. And P.S. it's so funny you said that. I just messaged Joey Lawrence today. Like literally, you are bringing back the entire childhood in which I'm like the physics of time folding over.
Oh, it's
But
because
these are
I'm
really
living
real.
vicariously through you.
I love it. But these were really genuine friendships that have carried on, which I love.
And what were when you were talking to, I believe it was Brian Austin Green, and you were talking about you guys were so close, but did you just get wrapped up in adulthood that
Yeah, I think that we both became parents and had our families, and so I didn't know if like what meant so much to me meant the same to these amazing people that I was always feeling such a connection with. And it was so beautiful to reconnect with Brian. And we actually were together yesterday doing an interview. It was so amazing. And we were just talking about how, the bond that we had as kids, no matter where we went in our lives, that they were really parallel in so many ways. And that's a bond that's just unbreakable. You know what I mean? It's a bond where you love each other forever, and we only want the best for each other. And that is just that effervescent, like authentic love between people.
I love it. I'm so jealous. Okay, I only have a few more minutes with you or less. I want to really quickly ask you 90s would you rather? Do you mind?
Oh no, I'm so excited. Okay, wow. Okay, but I don't know if I'm very good at this, but let's try.
All right, slap bracelet or scrunchie?
A scrunchie.
Okay, I'm with you. Wait, I'm going to say that one for last because it's really important to me. Clueless or Pretty Woman?
Oh, both.
All right, Bop It or Skip It? Do you remember those?
Bop it or skip it. Why do I not remember that?
Skip It was like you hopped on one leg and the theme was skip it, skip it. And
Okay, I don't remember. I've blocked it out. I need to go back.
you blocked it out. You blocked it out. Zach Morris or Slater?
Both.
Okay, I understand. I watched your Access Hollywood interview.
Listen, I was so close to Mark Paul and to Mario that how can one pick?
Well, can I know what Mario smells like?
Yes. He very yummy. Yummy, is that like the appropriate word? I mean, I have so much respect for his family. I'm going to sound really wrong here, but yeah, wonderful.
No, I love that. All right.
Clean, like fresh shower.
Okay. What about NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys?
Oh, I got to go with NSYNC.
Oh, you're my girl. I'm
gotta go with NSYNC
right now. Okay. Well, I know you have a long day ahead of you. So thank you so much for your time. Thanks
so much. Oh, did you see me like fall over?
I'll fix it, net it.
What happened? No, I thought the thing was here.
I'm so excited to watch what you do next. You are just on a roll. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You are a joy.
Thank you. Have a good day.